Hello there and welcome to our channel. My name is Elena.
And I'm Fotios, and this is the Game Court.
And today what are we going to do today?
A Kickstarter preview.
Yes.
It's called Perilous Pond, the game.
Yes.
It's a design by Per Sundin and Forslund, and the illustrator of the game is Emily Ryan, and the game is published by Frozen Maze Games.
Alrighty, so would you like to tell us a little bit about the game?
Absolutely. So the game is played by 2 to 4 players, and each player basically has a frog, and we have a lake or a pond, if you wish.
It's made out of cards?
It's made out of cards. The cards represent the lily pads, basically. So you may have a 4x4 for 2 players or a 4x5 for 3 or 4 players. And the lily pads have different colors, and basically you go around the lily pads, you move, you jump to collect gems.
Which are fireflies.
Exactly.
Yes, and you have different fireflies, different colors. You have white, yellow, blue, and red.
Red is the most prestigious one,
I
4
think
points.
Yellow is before or after blue?
It's white, blue, yellow, and
the other way
red.
around.
1, 2, 3, 4 points. And as you do so, you also try to avoid other frogs in your way, jump over them, or you also try to avoid the pike, which sometimes might scare you and you lose some gems, right?
You lose a firefly, yes.
You lose a firefly. And you also try to complete some objective cards, and the more objective cards you complete, the more gems you get.
The more fireflies you have, the happy tummy you have.
Exactly. So how the game is played, basically it's 10 rounds, so each of us take 10 turns basically, and we have 5 dice that we roll in a Yaji style. So we roll first time, and then we may select to keep some of the dice, then we roll again, we keep, and then we roll again basically. So we do this 3 times, but if we ever roll a pike, directly goes out of the pool,
side, yes.
And it's
you
less
have a little
actions.
card as well, and 1, 2, and 3 for your roll.
For
So
3
every
rolls,
time
exactly.
you roll a pike, you put it in that designated area.
Exactly. So one side of the die is the pike, and the other sides of the dice are basically the actions you can do. You can move from lily pad to lily pad. You can jump over a lily pad. You can use your tongue to collect fireflies or to scare other frogs.
Yeah, you can push opponents.
You can push other frogs, which is quite funny because you can push them out of the lily pads in the water and stuff like that. And then you can manipulate lily pads, because as you move also around the lily pads, the lily pads
sink
submerge.
them down, yeah.
Yes, and then you can manipulate, you can submerge them or lift them up and so on and so forth, or you can put more fireflies out. So you might have a turn that you take a lot of actions, and you can combine actions. The jump action must be combined to, if you can go even further, you can jump even further, or the collect fireflies action can be also combined to reach a further lily pad,
yes,
and so on and so forth.
To collect more fireflies from a different lily pad.
Exactly, and you do like that. So you use these 5 dice to do your actions over 10 rounds, alternate, and also complete your objectives at the end of every round. And at the end of the game, basically, the player with the most valuable fireflies, like, you count your points based on fireflies, 1 for white, 2 for blue, and so on and so forth, and the player with most points wins.
Which sounds very straightforward, doesn't it?
It sounds very straightforward.
Yes.
At the end of the game, you also have some bonuses. So if you have the most white fireflies, you will get a yellow one. If you have the most yellow, you'll get another white. So there are also these small bonuses at the end of the game.
Isn't it the most blue gets a white?
The most blue gets a blue.
That's what it is. The most blue gets a blue.
Yeah, and the most complete objective gets another yellow. The most red gets nothing.
Well, it's the most precious one, isn't it?
Yes, and if we tie in the most, we get also nothing. Which also. So
I was very disappointed. I think we tied at one point in something, and nobody gets anything. Well, I guess.
So the game is great fun, I would say.
Yes, we were quite pleasantly surprised by it. We tend to play a lot of big games, and when
heavy games.
Yes, these guys approached us, and we said, let's give it a try. You never know. And I personally was a little bit apprehensive, and then we played, and then Fotios kept on kicking me off the lily pads.
I was upset.
I kept on falling off, because you can, like, if you're not on a lily pad, you fall in the water, which is perfectly fine. But you have to start your round from that side of the lily pads, from that side of the game, onto any lily pad you want to that's available, really. So you can start that way. You can send the pike as well to your opponent, so you can, if they've just taken a red gem,
yes,
you can
exactly,
scare them, and then that, you know, there's a lot of take thatty, but in a different aspect.
At least in one point in the game, I had only one red gem, and then I sent the pike directly on my card, so the pike scared me, and I have to drop off my only gem, which was red
and then
gem,
you did
4
exactly
points.
the same afterwards, and I dropped mine, and
yes.
it was a red one too, so it's quite painful. It's not very easy to get the red ones.
The game has some push your luck elements, so you have these 5 dice, and there's a bit of tension as well, and a bit of fun when you roll the die, and I can see this happening with some groups as well. So you roll your die, and you have, oh my god, what the, and then you roll again, and it's even worse. Oh, so it has these elements, which can be quite fun, and they have some nice moments in the game. Equally though, I would like to see in the game how potentially you can be a bit more strategic and maybe somehow manipulate
because our strategic minds
exactly,
need to need to feed that part of my brain, so it does.
Exactly.
Yes,
maybe sacrifice 1 gem or 2 gems to, let's say,
re-roll
or set the die to whatever you want to set it. I don't know exactly how it's going to work.
I don't know, these are just our suggestions.
Exactly. And then you have the objective cards, which we have
some of
3.
them are very easy, like sometimes we found ourselves in some rounds that you could do 1 or 2 at once or 3 at once. Like for example, if you move at one point, or you jump over a pike, or you at one point you can jump over and then push your opponent off, then that's like 2 or 3 objectives in once, isn't it?
Correct.
At once. So we find ourselves that some of them are very easy to do, and it's very bountiful, and you're like, yay, look at me doing 15 million at once. And then you have some of them that are so hard to do, and the bad side is if you get stuck with them at the beginning of the game, you get stuck with them, and you can only change them in the 5th round at the end.
Correct, in the 5th round.
So 5 rounds you cannot really do anything. I mean, one of the objectives is roll 5 pikes, which is just random, isn't it? It's like it's just luck in it, which is fine to an extent, but 5 rounds are just lost because you cannot actually do any other objectives. Sorry, I have my coffee here. So if you do manage to pull one of those objective cards, then you get kind of stuck.
Equally though, in all fairness, in the beginning of the game, when we draw the objective cards, we draft. So you can pass this hard objective to the other player.
Oh, I see. That's how I got stuck. I see.
But this could be very easily fixed by having, let's say, 4 objective cards instead of 3, and keep 3. So the last one that nobody wants really, it can be discarded. Exactly. It could be fixed like that. But I mean, these are 2 nitpicks only, like dice manipulation and objective cards. That not all of them are of equal importance, but not equal. Some of them are harder than others.
Yes.
But equally, the most hard objectives give you better benefits.
Yeah, they give you like I know particularly the one with the pikes. One has a red gem and a white gem, so 2 gems and 1 is red, which is
5
a
points
lot.
basically.
Yes.
Whereas
6 points, isn't it?
4 and 1, 5.
Is it 4 and 1
yes.
or 5 and 1?
4 and 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. I'm not the calculator in this relationship.
Yeah, other objectives which are easier gives you less gems, so it is balanced this way, but easily you can. Apart from that, I think the game is great fun.
It's surprisingly fun for what it is. It's absolutely incredibly fun. We had a lot of fun.
We started playing at the beginning, and the first couple of rounds were a bit, but then at the end of the game, we just set up for
another game straight away. Yes,
and we don't do that often. If we are to play a second game, we most likely play a different game in a row, and this I think says a lot.
Yes.
So yeah, that's our overview or preview of Perilous Pond, and as the video was going, you could see also some of our pictures there. And please remember that this is a preview copy that we have, so the final version of the game might be a bit different,
or might have different elements.
Maybe the art might be different, or the components. So make sure you check carefully the page, the crowdfunding page, so to see more details about the game. But yeah, that's Perilous Pond by Sundin and Forslund and Frozen Maze Games. And thank you so much for watching.
See you later.
Bye.